All right, this is Dan from Fisher Jeep Adventures, and in our last video we talked about some of the changes we're going to make to our overlanding setup. And the first step to that is to start to take things apart. I think what we'll do first is get rid of the drawers and get the fridge out of there so we have access to all of the screws that we need to take apart. And then we'll go on the inside and pull this platform up and take care of this, and then we'll have to start deconstructing the electronic system. All right, so our first step is going to be getting the drawers out. And they're pretty simple. They just have tabs on each one of the slides. All right, and that comes out that easy. So we'll pull the fridge out. So we just have that secured by a couple of straps. All right, and that's the CX45, and we'll be able to reuse that. And when we reset this process, so I guess we can get ready to take the fridge slide out next. It was just held in by these kind of and it just slides right out. So you can see how the space kind of opens up. So we'll need to take the shelf off next. I think I just put these in hand tight. All right. This shelf is part of the Vector Off-Road shelf system, and the brackets are still on the factory roll bar, and we're gonna reuse those and just put them back, put this back where we initially had it, because I think the utility of this shelf is pretty good. We'll get that propane tank out. So I had put in a long cord that wraps all the way to the front. So when we were making the connection to the grill, all we had to do was just connect to that long cord. So we'll have to fish that back out. These are some accessory cords for charging things. And I guess we'll take this panel off right here next. Just let this drop down, and then we just had this screwed to the base because it was just protecting all the electronics. And that's honestly going to be the hardest thing, is getting that and all the electronics disconnected safely. So all the electronics are set through here, but all the connections are made underneath the table, underneath this platform. So this is the kind of lid that I made to cover the battery. And let's get this platform out of the way first. So I think we'll take care of those water connections. I just got some soft sections of hose, and let me show you what we're doing, talking about. So you can see the tank here. We've got a connection right there. And then on this side, you can see the connections to the tank here at the bottom. And then it goes all the way back to the pump system that's back there. So we'll do that. Cut those pieces. All right, that should be that. All right, so now those are out. So basically we'll start getting the connections ready. We got to take the charger out, and then we'll start looking at how we got to take all that electronics, because the box can't come out until I have all of those connections kind of disconnected. So I've got a couple bolts that hold down these pieces that I got to figure out. All right, we pulled the battery out, so this is ready to come off. So we got some bolts to just get the stuff off, and then we should be able to pull it out. These are the same, I just used the same bolts that mount the seats to the floor. And this rubber stuff was just something to keep the bottom of that water tank from rubbing. So that should come right out. This other one. And we'll reuse those when we put the seats back in. And we got one up here. And that is the one that holds this thing all together. So that should allow this to come up. Yep. That pretty much gets rid of that stuff. So now all we got to do is just kind of work through this piece at a time. We got to disconnect the power at the battery, because right now everything is running through this switch. So I got power coming in from the vehicle to this battery switch. So it's off. So I know that we're safe from that standpoint. But I'm just going to disconnect everything here real quick. And that way we know we're in good shape. All right, so the way I had this set up, I have it fused in a couple different locations, but we have a fuse here, so all I gotta do is disconnect this and then we're power safe all the way to the back. All right, well, we got interrupted by a thunderstorm, and so I think that's going to be it for today's video. We got all of the stuff out from the inside, where the seats are going to go. We've got just about everything disconnected from all of the different sources. Since we undid that battery in the last little piece before the rain started, all we got to do is just kind of slowly go through all the wiring. So I guess we'll save that for the next video, and then we'll pull that back piece out all the way. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed kind of the disassembly of everything, and we'll see you next time.